Hello, friend.
You have you had one job for the intro, and that was the doodlest intro in the world. Hello, friends.
I just.
Trash.
Wow. I thought you would do
Trash.
the intro. I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
thought you would.
no. Trash. You ruined
Right.
it.
Okay. Well.
Alright, what up,
Yo, but
people?
we ain't even set up the joint yet. We're not even beefing each other. Like
No,
I'm
I
sorry.
didn't. Oh, I'm on player match right now.
Why would you do that?
Because I'm playing and I want to practice because I haven't played Tekken in days.
Okay. Well, you
So,
practice as if you can't practice against me. I feel like you just don't want your audience to see you getting the shit kicked out of you by me.
wow.
Which would happen if you practiced or not.
Wow. Well, I'm here and I'm practicing some of these cool moves with my man, Leroy Smith.
You know
I'm gonna
what? I'm
play
in a
with him for
Brian
a little
mood
while.
today.
You could invite me to a match if you want to. It doesn't
Oh,
matter
I
to
thought,
me.
I thought you were gonna practice. Okay, so pretty much, people, we're here to. Oh wow! Of course, I get an invitation to play Destiny. Of course, nothing. Well, we are here today to talk about the movies of 2019, which Corey said when I texted him. He said, "I don't even know," but that kind of is a perfect transition to what I want to talk about. I don't think that this was a good year in terms of movies. Um, Last year was great. Are you
Mhm.
here? Oh,
Mhm.
okay. Yeah, last year was great. Last year was a good year. Not in terms of like just oh dang, somebody trying to get me to do a raid. I feel like shit, man. Of course. Anyway, not just in terms of like the major box office movies, because last year you had Avengers, the first Infinity War. You had Black Panther, which was like a cultural icon at the time. It still is, and you had like all of the big time movies. You know, you had a lot of box office shit. You had Spider Man. You had just a bunch of shit. Wait, did Spider Man come out last year?
Which one? Homecoming?
Yeah. No, that was 2017.
Yeah.
Um,
It was a Spider-Man movie this year, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
Mm. Mm.
so yeah. You had a lot of movies, and then on not just that, you had the indie movies. Maybe not indie movies, but you had the movies that not everybody heard about in terms of like Hereditary, obviously, um, Isle of Dogs. You had different movies that you know that you heard about, but you didn't really like. You might not have went and seen, but they were all still good movies. This year, I don't think that the movies slapped as much as like they could have.
Yeah.
And as time goes on, I'm able to just make up my mind about certain things. I don't like Avengers Endgame.
Hmm.
I
You
straight up
just
just
you
don't
just
like it.
decided it.
Yeah. The more I thought about it, the more I sat and thought about it, the more points people bring up, I find myself just not liking anything that happened in it when I sat and I let it sink in. That being said, I would be lying to you if I said that it wasn't one of the best cinematic experiences that I've ever had. It was great. It was great to be in there with the people and feel like, oh, I'm a part of this war. This is what we've been waiting for. This is like, but in terms of the movie itself and the decisions that were made, I can't sit here and say that I like the movie. And that's just straight up.
Which is fair.
Um,
That's fair. I'm not
yeah,
gonna. I'm not gonna. Cause I was gonna put that
but
as one of my
also
top movies.
I would
Uh,
also say that it was a good movie. I just didn't like it.
which is fair. That's fair. I'm pretty. I'm pretty sure somebody felt like Brokeback Mountain was a good movie, but they just didn't like it.
Right, 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 right.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I didn't have that many going to the movie experiences this year. Kind of because nothing was interesting. To be
And that,
honest.
then that's what I'm saying. Like my
Yeah.
top 5 movies. One of the movies is a movie that came out like 15 years ago. It's just that I just saw it this year.
Mm. Yeah. No, you can't add that to that. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna put um Avengers Endgame as one of my top movies just because of the experience. There was a point
Mhm.
where we didn't know that we weren't gonna like the movie. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
even
And
during
coming out of the movie, I loved it. But once I
yeah,
sat and thought about it, is when I was like, nah, I'm good on it. You know.
yeah. It's one of those things where it's just kind of like, you know, you you wanted it to be perfect and it
Mhm.
wasn't. So we can kind of sometimes we as the fans can kind of overhype ourselves for something and not give room for error or anything like that. Only thing about it though with Avengers Endgame is that the errors was just kind of like sloppy and like not
Yeah.
they didn't think it
Yeah.
through in the sense of how viewers and diehard fans would feel about it.
And here's the thing about that. And this is another consensus that I've come up with. The Marvel movies are elite when it comes to introducing a character. When you think of all of the characters that they've introduced, every character, when they introduced them, made you feel like, holy fuck, this guy's a badass. This guy is going to like the fight scenes that we see are not gonna compare to the fight scenes that we about to see 3, 4 movies from now. You know what I'm saying? When they first introduced, and to be fair, to be 100% unbiased and fair, the only character that they introduced perfectly and ended perfectly was Iron Man. And I would say they're en route to doing it with Black Panther. But like Iron Man's whole story arc was perfect, but then when you think about it, this whole story centered around Iron Man. So of course his story arc was perfect. But then you look at the other characters. When they first introduced Black Panther, Mans came on like he was literally like above everybody else who was in Civil War, and I'm talking above Vision, above Scarlet Witch, above everybody. Black Panther seemed the most dangerous because he seemed like the only person who was really about to catch a body.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um,
And he
he
was. He
came
was about to catch a
and
body.
he was, and somewhere along the line, he started getting the shit kicked out of him by Killmonger. Okay, fine, that's what happens in a comic book. We can't really dispute that. That's a fair thing, and to be even more fair, he like Killmonger. He killed him in a different way because he killed his pride, he killed his spirit, he killed his determination, and then he kicked the shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? He killed this man.
Mhm.
Did you know that Forrest Whitaker and Kim Whitaker are 2 different people?
Yeah.
Ain't
They
that
have
like
two
just
different
weird?
names.
Right. The dude who was in Black Panther wasn't Forrest Whitaker.
Hmm.
Right. So, anyways, that's just one of the things that I learned in the past week. But
Yeah, I didn't know that.
yeah. So like, fucking You know, he comes in this badass, and then when he's fighting Killmonger, you start to wonder, like, well, where all this badass he was talking about earlier? You know what I'm saying? Where that at? Where that guy at? And I hate to say it, but I feel the same way about Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier came in the movie the most lethal character in that movie. He came in and he was. Are you recording?
Yeah, duh.
But he came in and he was the most lethal character in the movie. You know what I'm saying? The fight scene between him and Captain America is hands down the best fight scene in all of Marvel. Period. Like, nothing else is better than that, really. I mean, from an emotional standpoint, you can do Killmonger versus Black Panther, the first one. I felt that one, like, you know what I'm saying? But hand to hand, the choreography, that one was the best. And when he had the mask on, and he was just like when he was the mindless soldier that they needed him to be, that's when he was at his peak. And they started to kind of touch on it in Winter Soldier, in Civil War, but I feel like they didn't really do what they could have done. I said all of that to say that by the time we got to Endgame, all of these characters were so watered down that it's hard to really like it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
what do you remember seeing Winter Soldier doing in Endgame besides pointing his gun and shooting at someone? You know what I'm saying? Black Panther had his moment, but he ain't put his finger in the nigga ass like we all know that he can. You know what I'm saying?
All
like
the way up
fucking yeah. But like, meanwhile, Iron Man had his moment, Captain America had his moment, Thor had his moments, and I get that
Thor
the
have
movies
his
are.
moment?
I would argue he did. Outside of him being fat or whatever, I got over that. You know what I'm saying? Because it didn't get in the way of him fighting. It's not like he was fighting the midway. He just, I gotta lose some weight. You know what I'm saying? The minute that he grabbed both of his hammers, and you know what I'm saying? The minute he reached for both of his hammers, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is the god that we needed. You feel me? After he grabbed both of his hammers, I forgot that he was even fat, and I'm being honest. But everybody had their moment, but it seemed like the people who they were trying to build up, they didn't really give him a moment. You feel me? And I don't know. And then don't even get me started on the Hulk. You know, like it was. And then at the time, I thought that it was a good idea to have all of the women in, you know, formation to protect Spider-Man and everything. But in hindsight, I don't think it was.
You realize that at that point you kind of realize that this was like fanfare, like they were like doing things just to make people go yay, instead
Yeah,
of it being like.
Did it get a reaction in the theater?
Yes.
It did. It got a great reaction, even from me. I'm like, oh, maybe the women who see this might be more in the comic books. But then it's like, well, if you want to make a woman look good in a Marvel movie, the worst thing you can do is remind them, yeah, you're a woman.
Yeah. Which is what they constantly do.
Yeah. They constantly did it to Black Widow. They constantly did it. You know what I'm saying? The only person who they didn't do it with was fucking Captain Marvel.
No, that's not true at all. Her whole movie was about her being.
No. I'm not talking about her movie. I'm talking about Endgame.
Yeah, but she wasn't in the movie.
Right. But then again, I take that back because all of the Dora Milaje, they did them right.
Well, yeah, because because with the Dora Milaje, they don't. We know they're women. We know they are a warrior woman tribe, and so because we already set that foundation, there's no need to talk about it. The thing about the other people is that they constantly have to talk about it to make it interesting, which makes it like, you know, I don't care that they're women. Like I just don't care. I want to see them do cool stuff.
But then you get to the point where, you know, you have all these women. It's just like, well, if you want to be real logistic, what the fuck is Mantis gonna do at a time like that?
Look at that, baby. What she should have done. I mean, well, yeah, no, true, but I don't know. You talking about in the big fight scene? The big
Yeah,
everybody running.
yeah,
Yeah.
but when all of the women got in line, and they all of the women just so happened to be together at the same time, all of them, each
Mm,
and every last woman just so happened to be there, and next thing you know, they just start beating the shit out of whomever,
yeah.
and that's
It's
why I
fair.
said
It's
like, what the
fair.
fuck? Yeah. So all of those things combined with the Hulk and all of that stuff, shit, it made me not like Avengers, just straight up. It had
So
great moments.
yeah.
As a movie, I can't say I like it.
So Avengers is not in your top three,
Nowhere
top
near
five
my top
movies.
three.
Okay. Well, let's
So
get on with the list then.
my first movie is
Say hi.
Hunchback of Notre Dame. I understand, but I just saw that movie like a couple weeks ago, and Jesus fucking Christ, that movie is amazing.
Bruh, put that
I
go
know,
somewhere with that.
I know, but I'm whatever. My next movie is Dolomite is my name.
Really good movie.
You seen it?
Dolomite is my name was a really good movie. Eddie Murphy is making a comeback, and I need him to.
Yeah. It was unexpected for me. Um, it was like, oh shit, like like Eddie Murphy is acting, like, and oh my god. But Eddie Murphy is acting, and he isn't being a caricature of Eddie Murphy. You know, he's being a good actor. Even if as I was watching it, I'm like, okay, yeah, he's still Eddie Murphy at the end of what the fuck? But he's still being Eddie Murphy in the sense that we know it's Eddie Murphy, but he's not being like annoying Eddie Murphy, like just like
He's not like how Kevin Hart is in every movie. Kevin Hart is
yeah,
Kevin
he's
Hart in
not.
every movie.
Yeah, he was just. And then the movie itself was very inspirational.
Yeah, it turned out
Is
to
it?
be, and I didn't think it was gonna be. It made me
Yeah,
watch. It made me watch the original Dolomite.
yeah. How was that?
Oh, you never seen it before?
No, I saw parts of it, but I didn't watch the
Yeah.
whole thing.
It's a terrible movie. Um, but when you have, Eddie Murphy in the back of your head, kind of like giving you the understanding of why,
Uh,
this movie was kind of crap when you think
uh,
about it, but what they put in to get that movie and all of that type of stuff, it makes it much more enjoyable. I will say that.
especially yeah,
It's a lot
especially
of titties
like
in that movie too.
and, yeah, I didn't agree with that notion that like when people go to the movie they just want to see shit blow up and titties, and I'm like that's not what I pay $10 for.
Yeah, some people do.
Yeah, it's weird, but nah, I get it. And then don't even get me started on Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, he's a
Phenomenal.
phenomenal actor.
I did not think that he could pull that off, but it was hilarious. Everything that Wesley Snipes did in that movie was hilarious. On just like pure comedy, he wasn't like taking himself too serious. He was like being funny. Um, like you felt Wesley Snipes, like you felt his character in that situation. Like, yo, he does not want to do this shit, but he got paid. And then when he was on his way out the movie and left immediately after, that shit was funny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, Dolomite is my
Dolomite is my
name.
name is a yeah. That's a good pick. I was gonna give you a disclaimer that probably all of my favorite movies of this year actually come from Netflix.
Really? Okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So Dolomite is my name is a good one. I want to add the Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
That came out this year?
Didn't it? If it didn't, then I'm really upset. If it didn't come
That's,
out this year, then it came out like late
I think it came
December
out
last
December
year.
last year. Hold on, I'm about to look it up. But even still, whatever.
hold on. Yeah, because if it did, oh
Yep,
yeah,
it came out late
so
last year.
late last year. So if it came
Yep.
out late last year, I'm counting it because this is my channel and I don't care. Um, I'm counting the Ballad of Buster Scruggs because the Ballad of Buster Scruggs, EP0 Chocolate. I wonder if you're talking about Chocolate, the chocolate movie that I'm thinking about, Shorty with the Muay Thai Shorty. If that's what you're talking about, let me see that comment. That's not a 2019 movie, but it kind of doesn't matter when you watch that movie. Seeing cousin get kneed into that vent was definitely multi-generational. Um, but I'm putting the Ballad of Buster Scruggs in here because one, I love anthologies. I really do. Um, and especially when it's interesting. That movie had some very dark, dark, like stories, and it made you feel. Um, it made Does people still play this game? Do you see me playing this game? I mean, if you're asking me if a lot of people play the game for a game that I'm playing, then I mean, the answer is kind of obvious. Uh, anyway, it was a good movie. It They didn't use storylines that you've heard before. The um the stories were pretty unique, and I really enjoyed that they didn't give you any of the um they didn't give you any clues throughout the movie. It was just kind of like,
Hmm.
hey, here's this story. Check this out. Oh, that was
I
terrible,
thought it
wasn't
was
it?
gonna be. I thought it was gonna be the first story throughout, and I was like, okay, I love this character, and then he fucking dies. Spoilers. I was like, well, it's enough of that, you know.
Immediately, in song. He got capped in song. And so it's for me it's I like directors that aren't afraid to be brave and give you something different. You know what I mean? Like that's what
Hmm.
I thought when I turned that movie on and I'm sitting there looking at it and I'm like, okay, I guess it's about to be a Western movie. Um, and the dude is gonna be killing people and he probably the baddest in all West. And then he got off, and then it was just like, okay, yeah, so check this out. Here's the rest of the movie. It was like, okay, I'm here for this. I'm here for the rest of the movie, and I'm gonna be paying close attention to it all. Is it worth it to buy this game? Bro, whoever you are, I'm playing the game. Okay? I'm playing the
You see
game.
us getting it popping right
I'm
now.
enjoying the game. Like, is it worth it? I'm playing it. If you want to get the game, get the game. It's called Tekken 7. There's season passes and things that you can get. It's fun. So,
You see him beating the shit out of dude after the match.
yeah, like, I don't know why this person is asking me this stupid question. He gonna say, yo, black man, answer me. But if you don't get off my news feed, off my thing, I don't want to talk to you. So, yeah, I don't care. I'm adding Ballad of Buster Scruggs. That is going to be one of my movies.
That's fair. Okay. My next movie is um, Knives Out.
Okay.
I don't know if you've like seen the commercials or whatever.
Nope.
This is like the movie. It had so many. Fuck. It had so many like A-list actors in it. It was crazy. It had fucking Chris Evans. He starred in it. Hilarious. It had Jamie Lee Curtis. It had Lakeith Stanfield. Mad people. The premise of the movie is pretty much it's a murder mystery, and I know last year I put like I put a Murder on Orient Express on my movies, but Murder on Orient Express, like this was the movie that I wanted Murder on Orient Express to be, because it was a murder mystery that doesn't give you the answer and you just have to figure it out. Like it doesn't give you the answer in the sense that like they don't just tell you who it is, but it gives you the answer, and like the answer's there if you pay attention real close. Like every bit of dialogue is important. You know what I mean? And like when you finally find out, you know, who did it, it's like, oh,
Dang.
there we. Wow, that was crazy. What the fuck? Anyways, so yeah.
Oh, I didn't think that he could do that.
Round 4.
That was kind of crazy.
What the fuck? Anyway, Knives Out is about a family whose their grandfather get killed, but he owns he owns a business, and they all want a part of the business. And they all have reasons to have killed them, but it's really just like who actually went and did it?
Come
And-
here, sugar.
And in the movie, the grandfather, he gives away all of his shares, all of his money, the house, everything. He gives every bit of everything to his maid. And the family is like, no, this was a mistake. Like, I'm not doing, like, you can't do this. You know, we entitled to that money, blah, blah, blah. And then the grandfather ends up dying. So it's like, who did it? This movie is the funniest movie I've seen this year.
That's good to know.
Because,
I've been needing a funny movie.
Oh, no. It's the type of funny that I like. It's not like, you know, dick jokes and blah, blah, blah. And, you know,
That's
it's
what
not
you
like, not to say that that's what I like, but it's not like
that's
on
what
a
you like.
surface, like on the surface, this is what we find funny. It's like once you sit and think about the shit, it's hilarious. And on top of that, the performances are great. And it's super sarcastic, which is why I probably found it funny. Like there's little things that you see and you're just like, this is like fucking hilarious. And sometimes they don't even say things. And I was cracking up laughing like out loud in the theater. So was everyone else. Because it's like the most sarcastic movie ever. And the most sarcastic family ever, and everyone's an asshole. And it's just like, yo, this is great.
Word.
Yeah, nigga.
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, it's a great movie. It's called Knives Out. And on top of it being super sarcastic, it's a murder mystery too. And that's just as interesting as the sarcasm and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the last 30 seconds had me dying laughing, because it's just like just a simple question with a simple answer, and it's just funny.
Knives Out, people.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
that's one of my joints.
Alright, my turn. You already know what I'm about to do. This dude, like, is to me the next, you know, just genius Hollywood director. And the cool thing is that, one, he's black, and his creativity level and his attention to detail is just so worth it for me for each movie that I've seen.
The next two movies is the same for us, so we might as well just get into them.
Yeah, and you already said the name of it. Us. Us was a break from the superhero movies to me. I was talking to Yam yesterday or the other day, and I actually had, you know, said this out loud. I reached a point where I'm kind of superheroed out.
Didn't I say that earlier this year? After Endgame, I'm like, yeah, I'm done with superhero movies for a minute because like to get to that level of like caring. You feel me? Like us watching Endgame, that was literally 10 years in the making. More than that, actually.
Hey, mama. Hey, say hi to the people on the camera. Say hi to Chris. You don't gotta give me all of those.
But
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
in order for
10 years in the making.
10 years in the making, and I just don't have that in me again. Like, and the thing about the superhero movies and the reason why we're sick of them is because Marvel pretty much covered all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, any superpower you could think of, anything. The only different type of superhero movie that I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen come out was Brightburn, and that was like, well, what if Superman was a scary thriller movie? Okay, cool, I'll bite that. You know what I'm saying? But in order for you to have me like care about buildings exploding, and you know, it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot, and it's going to take something. If it's not like the superheroes that we just straight up want to see, it's going to take something 100% original, and I don't think that anyone has that yet.
You know what? There's stories that they can tell for certain that are original and that would be really cool to see. And I hope that they do. They came out with the list of movies that they're making like recently or like soon, and like one of them is like what's her name? Black Widow. Which, I don't know, to me, and maybe I'm alone on this, but I think it's kind of a little too late for you to make a Black Widow movie.
No, you are not alone.
So, you know, for me, with a superhero movie, I think I would have to see something like Heroes for Hire. You know, I would have to see like Moon Knight, like a Daredevil, a good Daredevil Shadowland movie. You know what I mean? A good X-Men movie or something like that, you know. So us,
Captain, like realistically, Black Widow should have been the first female to get her own movie in Marvel. Like this, it's almost a disgrace that it took them this long, and it's not even going to be a theater release. I don't think. I think it's coming out on like Disney Plus.
Which honestly it should. I mean, if we just be honest. But so what Get Out was for me is I'm saying Get Out really quick.
Okay.
What Get Out was for me when Get Out came out was that a break from the monotony, you know, a second for me to take a break. This was before Endgame, so it was kind of like we still had the anticipation and all of that stuff from that time. So I wanted superheroes. You know what I mean? Like I wanted it. But what we got was whatever we got, and that's just what it. Oh my God.
No.
Wow. Anyway, that's what we got, okay? And it's no point in being mad about it. When Us came out, it was story based on Lupita. It's a, you know, for me, you know, these little things matter, but Hollywood with a movie with a black family, oh my goodness. With a black family, you know, and then
a black normal family. Like the one of the biggest thing for me when it came to like them, like not showcasing, that's the wrong word, but putting on the forefront like a black family. Man, fuck this dog. If he come out again, I'm shooting this shit. But like was the fact that it wasn't like I respect the hell out of Tyler Perry, right? But one of the biggest problems that I have with him is that when it's mentioned that there's a black family, I thought I was gonna sidestep that. When it's like a black family, like when Tyler Perry has a black family in a movie or whatever, it has to be constantly mentioned Like, yeah, we're a black family, and I feel like the more you normalize it, the more normal it will be.
It's
If
the
you want
same
to
with
make
women. It's the same with women
exactly, exactly.
superheroes.
If you want to make me feel normal, don't bring attention to it. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Just
right,
have a black family who just so happen to have enough money for a beach house and a boat and all of this shit. Like that's how it should be if you want to go there.
right,
And Jordan Peele did that, and that makes me feel like,
right,
okay, this is what it's supposed to look like. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Not having to bring attention to it to the point where it's awkward. Because then,
Yeah.
yeah, because then on the other side of that too, with Tyler Perry, a lot of his movies, it's always some like crazy, like, oh, here we go type stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's always a
hmm
broken black family, if anything.
Bro,
They might be successful.
the minute I saw a nigga throw his baby out the window, I was done, and that
Yeah,
happened. So,
yeah,
and
that's
then
kind of
like it,
crazy.
and I honestly can't. The thing about this movie and like it it was started breaking tropes that were beautiful. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like us was like, and the reason why Get Out was so good, it was because it was like there's always this trope in scary movie that the black guy dies first, which is absolutely disgraceful when you think about it. That was a trope that was recognized in Hollywood, and it took until 2017 for someone to do something about it. Yo, this is how Tekken is supposed to look, nigga. Anyway, yeah. So
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Round 2.
Gosh.
slap the taste out of his mouth. So yeah, like Get Out was the first time in a long and like since like Deep Blue Sea that like a black guy lived through the whole movie. You know what I'm saying? And even still, there was a threat of him getting caught by the police, and that was just a genius thing for Jordan Peele to do. That
Yeah.
being said, Us was like, it was, first of all, the story. Like, if you want to get me hooked into a movie, the story got to be there.
Yeah, it
And
has to.
yeah, Us was like, oh, this story is original. It's something that niggas would have never thought of. It's a scary ass story in terms of like, oh, this is maybe not necessarily something that could have happened, but if you were in this situation, what would you do?
What would you do? And that's what I like. That's what I like with movies. When you're like, what would you do if this was you? Because the whole time I'm sitting there thinking, like, man, like this kind of sucks. You know what I'm saying? Especially for like Winston Duke, who's just, you know, the dad in the house trying to get his, oh my goodness gracious, that was crazy, trying to get his family in a, you know, in a good situation, or everybody kind of feeling weird about stuff, so he just want to have a nice vacation, and here you go with this craziness happening, and boom, how do you handle that? Like, now, yeah, there was some things where it's like, man, I would have bust that nigga over the head with that bat. Are you crazy? You know what I mean? Like, whatever the case may be. But what I loved was, in that movie, you don't really know, kind of at first what is wrong. You just know that it's doppelgangers. There's people out there that look just like us, and we got to get rid of them. And I love how nobody took the liberty of, oh well, humanity, and we gotta be nice, and oh, we can't do this, we can't kill people. Like, they was like, no, these niggas gotta die. Like, we have to straight up murder people. And you would think, like, just any regular people, why would that just be the default? Like, this is what we have to do. But, I'm not going to spoil the movie completely, but by the end,
we might as well.
makes total sense. It makes total sense. By the end of the movie, you're like, oh my god, I can't believe that basically I was rooting for the bad guy the whole time.
Yeah. See, and then the thing about Jordan Peele, right? Because he's, in my opinion, Us was better than Get Out. Because Get Out was a great movie, but it didn't achieve what it was supposed to achieve, in my opinion, in terms of, like, it wasn't scary. Like, I can't say that Get Out was scary. The thought of it is scary, but like the movie itself, I was just like, I mean,
I'm pretty sure
yeah.
any dude that date a white girl, anybody do that would date a white girl, that thing was mortifying. Like there
Right,
was a lot of
right.
conversations we had.
Yeah, oh yeah. Somebody had to have a good talking to that night. So
Mhm.
yeah, Get Out was a good social commentary, but I don't like social commentaries in movies. Like I like when a movie has something to say in terms of like it, there is a message, but I can't sit here and say that those are my favorite types of movies. If you want to impress me, the story got to be there. You know what I'm saying? Why do I care about these characters? Why do I care about the movie that I'm watching? I don't want to lead a movie and then we have to have a conversation about gentrification and race and appropriation and shit like that. That gets tiresome after a while. It's necessary. It's definitely necessary, but it gets to be almost pretentious. So like after I'm watching Get Out, yeah, that conversation was necessary because that was around the time when not gentrification, but cultural appropriation was popping. So great. Yo, what the fuck are we doing?
It was just a lot.
So, oh,
I can't believe he can't do. He can't parry that. Alright.
so yeah, but us, like us had him. Oh my god,
Right in my
us.
face.
What the fuck?
Man, we go play. We go play. Aw, come on.
So, yeah, us definitely had a message.
Mm.
Your legs.
Yep.
Us definitely had a message. The message was like class. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like people who are rich versus people who aren't. Like people who live luxurious lives versus people who don't. But as I'm watching the movie, that wasn't what was on my mind. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, man, I hope Peter lives. I hope Winston Duke lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope these dudes make it out. Like that was what I was thinking about. I wasn't thinking like, oh yeah, the class system and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But then there's moments that like the things that he does that I'm just like, yo, like first of all, he doesn't treat the audience like they're stupid. And he knows his audience. So there's oh damn, right to the side. There's a moment in the beginning when they're singing an I Got 500 song and Lupita's like snapping off beat. And something about that made me uncomfortable, but I couldn't put my finger on it.
You didn't understand why. You would think you almost felt like it was a blooper that they should have took out the movie when it happened.
Yeah.
Like that's what I was thinking.
But then when you get to the end and you like, oh, that was intentional.
Everything was intentional.
Bruh, it's stuff like that makes a filmmaker go from good to elite. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he everything that he did, the same would Get Out. Everything that he did on purpose. And I like that shit.
Yeah. Agreed. That's what I'm saying, like, and that's what puts it in my top movies for this year because it was genuine too. You get what I'm saying? Like Jordan Peele has the ability to, you have this movie, and you have this guy who is the, the Joker. He's like funny, but I like to know that he can show, no, I have different layers. I can do this, I can do that. I mean, were there really any jokes in that movie, like funny moments or whatever the case may be?
Oh yeah, there definitely was.
There had to be like some like
Us.
haha like stuff.
Oh yeah, it was lighthearted in the beginning. There was times when like Winston Duke would do something like, and it was like simple stuff like, how like usually before the husband or the wife goes away to do something dramatic and it's just like, I love you, girl, and they try and hug and kiss. He tried to do that and she was like, bro, what are you doing?
Right.
Like
which is
that.
what you said earlier about not trying to play the audience for being stupid. because I think he knows that some people are tired of the cliches, and that's what I didn't find in this movie at all, where any cliches.
Cliches, no,
Yo,
no, not at all.
the scene where they was at the white people house and the girl had asked Alexa to call the cops and they
And
started playing the police. Yo, see that type of stuff is what I
Yeah.
need from a director. I need you
See,
to.
and the thing about that, and this is why I say Get Out was scary, but it didn't achieve that, because like on a certain level, yeah, you know you want people to live just like as a person, like
Yeah.
so you want these people to live.
Whoa.
And then when she's crawling away and she's bragging about this system or whatever, and it's not only is it the system that fails her, but it's such a like it's a fuck you, because oh my god, it plays fuck the police. I've never felt a sense of dread in a movie like that.
Yeah, that was bad. That was like dreadful. That was like there's nobody that's gonna save them. We know that Lupita and her family is not gonna be able to get there in time. Like, these people are gonna die brutally.
Period. The
Like,
end.
yeah, and see that's the thing. It's like irony, tragedy, comedy, like all in one, but it doesn't feel forced. It didn't feel like he was trying to make you feel like anything. It felt like he just made you feel what he wanted you to feel. And that's what I love. I love it because, again, like in a movie where there's suspense, you were saying about Hereditary before. Hereditary earned the, like, 2 jump scares that it may have had throughout the whole movie. It earned it because it didn't give it to you throughout the whole movie. So the whole movie you got goosebumps and you kind of like got chills because you think somebody's gonna jump out, and it's like, no, something crazy did just happen, but you gotta have the tingle up your spine watching the crazy thing that happened until boom, there go the butt naked dude standing there by the end of the movie, and it's like, okay, everything just came crumbling down, and we got to get out of here. Like, that's what I remember feeling about Hereditary, was we got to get out of here. And with Get Out, it was like, I mean, not Get Out, Us. Even with Get Out too, but with Us, it was like, we got to get out of here. But the thing about Us was it was so all encompassing to where you're like, no, it's what was it, hands around the world or something like that, where it's like everybody is going through this, so there really is nowhere to escape.
Yeah, and then another thing about Us is, like, as you're sitting there or whatever, like, wondering like how these people are gonna get out of this situation. There's a whole nother side story where Lupita is the catalyst for all of this. So then it like what it does is it sets like some room for a sequel, but there doesn't need to be one.
No.
Especially in an age like now where everything needs a sequel. Oh my god.
Yeah,
everything needs a sequel. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think Jordan Peele is a sequel kind of guy.
Oh no, not at all. I feel like this one is nice and open-ended and in a good way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then on top of all of that, this man flips I Got 5 on it in a way that, like, it's genius level shit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like how we play Tekken.
Right. Right. Like, he flips it in a way to where it sounds like an original score and it sounds like a scary movie. Oh my god, no.
I hate that. I hate that doesn't hit. Like, come on now. You track it and everything and he still don't hit you. Like, Bonds.
But yeah, so Us was definitely like one of the best movies, like, just not just I've seen all year, but just of all time.
Yeah,
you know?
Period. Yeah. But I think he's on pace to be, Martin Scorsese, I guess you could say Quentin Tarantino. You know, Quentin Tarantino is known for good movies, but I don't know. Quentin Tarantino movies is kind of weird, and they go real left for me. Like, and
Yes.
he does a lot of that for shock value, and that's what I think about Jordan Peele that I like. Even if he goes left, it's not unwarranted, and it's not
Yeah.
just something that's just like, really, did you have to, you know? Like, it's like, okay, wow.
You
First of
know, Jordan
all,
Peele got another movie coming out next year, right?
Candyman, yo, he's doing freaking
Oh no! Oh
Candyman.
no! 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 It's an original.
Oh, he is.
Yep. And it's another one of those movies where I'm like, yep, looking at this trailer, don't know what the fuck it is. I'll be there.
Yeah, yeah, and you know what? That's what makes his movies so good, is because if you can make people with an original go, I don't know what this is about, but I'm getting my ticket.
Final round.
He's done his job.
Fight.
Yeah. So yeah, Jordan Peele is just to me he's a genius. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
like the same way that like Ryan Coogler only has like 3 movies on like major movies under his belt, and I already consider him just one of the best, just in terms of like the thought process that goes into the shit that he does.
Ugh, why do I keep doing that? Like,
That off of
honestly.
me, nigga. Oh damn. So yeah,
Audit.
Jordan Peele and Us was great. The last movie, I don't know if I would call this just my movie of the year. Maybe I would say that these movies aren't in chronological order solely because like I like them all for different reasons.
Yeah. I'm not. It's not in order. Yeah.
The last movie for me is Joker.
I knew you was gonna say that. So go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So, I don't know if this is on your list.
I'm not gonna debate it.
I'm not gonna debate it.
I'm not gonna debate it not being on my list.
So,
Yeah. So go ahead. Go ahead.
okay, so right. Let's address the elephant in the room. Spoilers for the people who haven't saw it. This is your chance to click off the video. He kills his mom, right?
Mm.
He kills his mom.
Mm.
Period. And out of all of the 10 Commandments, the one that they didn't write because they kind of just knew, ain't nobody gonna do this. He killed his mom. So
Round 1.
that's the first thing we should talk about. Except he didn't kill his mom.
It wasn't his mom.
It was the lady who raised him. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it was his mom. That doesn't make it excusable.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
right. You just found out, so you had the love for this lady as your mom your
As
whole
if,
life.
yeah, that shit off him. So yeah.
KO.
Damn.
If it don't work
They
the
don't
first time,
succeed. So yeah, he kills his mom in this movie, right? That says a lot, especially for me to like. If I'm sitting here and I'm still like, yeah, this is my favorite movie, whatever. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. We just getting it popping right now.
that was a crazy sequence, man.
Yeah. Yeah, so, right, Joker, it's a lot of controversy in this movie, you know what I'm saying?
Really?
It's a really in-your-face, what? I think we should pick 2 different characters.
KO.
Cause I'm really trying to say what I gotta say, but these fights is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go back to Leroy.
Fuck you. See shit like that, you know?
That's not what I'm pressing. Come on now.
Oh, good read.
Ooh, not in my nuts. Oh. Dang. You saw that, Adam?
I earned that.
Yeah, you had to get that.
We're gonna talk about Joker in a minute, y'all. We swear. We got some problems we gotta solve.
This is how you maintain a friendship. Oh, your neck, ho.
I'm about to fight you like a nigga online. Oh! Why didn't he? Alright. So, okay. Now that we got that out the way. So, yeah, Joker, it was a very in-your-face movie. When he killed people in this movie, like it seemed more like found footage as opposed to a cinematic experience.
Yeah, he really killed people.
Yeah, like they was just like, hey, in order to get this role, you gotta sign this waiver that say that if we just shoot you, you can't sue.
Yeah.
And then they got some people to sign it, and next thing you know, and action. So, that being said, I feel like the reason why I'm picking Joker is because sometimes I base the quality of a movie on the cinematic experience. You could do that with something like the Avengers Endgame, but the cinematic experience for me was not good enough. Like, I remember too much negative about that movie. And even the things surrounding the movie, like the whole spoilers thing, like that being a thing, it makes the movie not as enjoyable. Because the minute we got out, you look on Facebook and you see somebody say, oh, damn, Iron Man died.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's part of the cinematic experience.
Right.
And it's ruined for me when you got that much stuff to worry about. Yeah, that's a nigga. He one of the most powerful people in the game right now. He'll be. But I gotta put him on his neck. So yeah, that's one of the things that you think about. That being said, wow, I couldn't even do my combo. I don't even remember this nigga Rage Drive. God damn. So yeah, that's one of the things that you think about. And I remember coming into Joker or leaving Joker and just being like yo, like everybody who saw that movie, like no one knew what to say.
Yeah, the movie theater was quiet. Oh god, it was quiet. It was quiet, and that's the thing, they earned that because this is how I felt leaving the movie. I remember I was the one with the controversial, whatever about it. But I remember feeling after the movie like, yo, this movie kind of could start a riot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, and I know you spoke about this, like how you don't like this based on Get Out, but it had the social commentary, similar to many movies. Rich people being, rich people and kind of dookie on anybody else who's not whatever, and he had a mental problem, so that made it even, that's another layer to it. And him just being a clown for work is like, where do you get respect in life? You know what I mean? Like, and so you can kind of understand his plight, but regardless, and what I had said before after I saw the movie is, this is gonna make people say, well, I guess I understand why he shot up the school, or I understand why he shot up that church, because the same excuse that you could say, oh well, all of those people deserved it for picking on Joker, all of the people who, Dylan Roofs of the world and whoever else, bruh, the nigga dodged your joint with a kick, bro. That was beyond me. That was beyond me. Okay. Wow.
Oh, I deserve this one.
Yeah, there was nothing I could do with a big fat ball of freaking lard flying at me. But I remember having that thought, like, this could be the thing, because people at this point in time, relate more to the villains than they do the heroes. Just it's just the paradigm shift that's happening. People are relating more to the villains, and right back on your.
You win.
And Joker made a compelling argument enough for people outside to be like, yeah, that's right. And he went on TV and offed cousin. He went on TV and you kind of knew, but you didn't.
But Corey,
Even it being in the movie, you kind of like they not gonna do this.
Corey, boy, oh boy, did they not earn that scene?
They worked for it. They worked for it, and
They
he was a killer clown.
Now here's my thing, right? Right. So, controversy aside, I'm looking at the movie objectively. And the way that I feel is the fact that you are saying he went and he killed somebody on live TV.
Live.
Out of this whole movie, I'll say we only seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people get killed. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Round 1.
How many people and what the fuck?
That's how you start that off.
I know you don't agree with what I'm saying, but shit. What?
That's my dad, bro. He can do
Anyway.
whatever he want.
Yeah, I like fighting Leroy because he really put it into this bounding shit, and I love it. Anyway, so yeah, we like 6 people got killed, right? 6 people get killed in 5 seconds in John Wick, and we love that movie. And I understand that there's 2 differences. One is like an anime style, kind of like just crazy ass. It's not meant to be taken serious. But at the same time, there is some sort of being desensitized to people getting clapped in movies. What? Wow, that just looked pretty.
Round 3.
Anyways, there is some sort of being desensitized to people getting clapped in movies that happens. So if you got a movie like that makes it to where you feel it, like you feel like, yo, this dude just got killed on TV. You know what I'm saying? If you got a movie that makes you feel that, good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's you know what make that scene so crazy, and I think you mentioned this first, but it's the next scene of somebody watching it on TV, and him just sitting there normal. It's one of them things. Now let me ask you though, do you like the movie more, or did you like Joaquin Phoenix's performance more?
I like the movie as a whole because I can't sit here and say that Joaquin Phoenix is you getting fucked up from turning. Oh damn. Anyway, I can't sit here and say that his performance is the only thing that made me like that movie because it wasn't. It was more elements to that, like him, like just the little things, like finding out that him being with homegirl was all in his mind, you know what I'm saying? Like, or, you know, just him, like you feel like there's a part of you when he kills homeboy in his apartment, he kind of had it coming, cause this dude, like he was, okay, Mason, you can just lay right here, it's cool. Like, yeah, he kind of had it in a way, and it's the very dark part of your mind that might make you feel this way. But this dude, like he gave him the gun, and he didn't want to take no accountability for what he did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, he was just like, you know, like, nah, like, you know, you. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my
Like he
fault.
didn't want to take no accountability, and he just kind of like shitted on homie. So when he finally snapped, like, yeah, the human part of you is like, yo, what the fuck? That was brutal,
Yeah.
Jesus. But then a part of you is like, yeah, motherfucker had it coming. You know, you can do whatever you want to people, but you can't like be surprised at how, like, you can't get mad at how people respond to you. You know what I'm saying? And his response was, well, I'm gonna kill you now. But you don't know that, which is why you should just treat everybody with respect. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I always say you should treat people as if you don't know that they're gonna shoot your job up. Because you don't. At the end of the day, you don't know that.
Man, I wish you would have told that lady that fired me that.
Man, you should have said that. But nah, like, but for real though, like, that's the truth. And the movie itself was like, and then by the end, of course, you know, knowing like, oh shit, this is how he becomes the Joker. To me, it's just a great movie. But I would be lying to you if I said that we didn't have to be careful about it, because I know that there are some psychopaths in this world. That is not fair. That is not
I waited
fair.
for it. I waited for it.
I'm just getting my ass toe up.
Oh! Oh, it worked.
Yo, this nigga Leroy is
It
a
worked.
bit too strong. But he not unbeatable, so like I'm not like, don't nerf this nigga.
People, and this is what people kill me about. Everybody, like, niggas is so mad that this nigga Leroy is strong, bro. Like this, like, other characters in Tekken ain't strong. Like, what you want them to pull out? Some doodle trash nigga that we was gonna be disappointed and stop playing with within a week? Like, it's like, nah, bro. Learn how to beat the nigga, and once you do, don't be mad when you get smacked. You just gotta. I think the thing that people hate about Leroy is that they gotta change their play style when you fight him. Which I mean, you gotta change your play style when you fight Akuma, when you fight Geese, when you fight freaking Noctis. Like, you gotta adjust to certain people. So what? Freaking, if you're good at the game, then be good at the game no matter who on the sticks. And that's all I got to say about that. Yeah, Joker. Oh wow. Ooh.
Oh!
Ooh, if he didn't have that come down kick.
So yeah, Joker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so again, yeah, we gotta be careful. But to me, that doesn't like make me feel like it's a bad movie because of that. Wow.
That was very satisfying.
Yeah, I don't think that it's a bad movie because of that. Like, my thing is, if a movie like makes you feel a way and it's intended for the movie to make you feel, I wonder, do that thing. I wonder if he can counter this shit. What? Okay, all right, this one.
Damn. Nah, I pressed it too soon. Do it again. Damn, I pressed it too soon again.
Round 6.
No.
Do it one more time.
Yo, this man
Everything.
can counter unblockables.
Everything.
That's not
It
a
say-
little
it
bit of
say-
a problem to you?
It say unblockable, not uncounterable.
You right, you right.
Asuka could do the same thing.
So yeah, but like, to me, that was amazing. To me, just because this is a disturbing movie doesn't make it a bad one. That's my only thing.
Yeah.
You feel me?
No, I don't think it's a bad movie either. Like, the directors made you feel what they wanted you to feel. Some people are gonna
Right.
feel differently, and you know, they was questioning him like, do you think that people might start rioting or something like that, or whatever the case may be? Like, bro, I made a movie. I think the only thing about something like Joker is you can't keep doing it though. Like, you can't put the villains. Maybe I shouldn't say can't, because anybody could do whatever they want to do. But I think it would be irresponsible to put the villains in the forefront like that in that kind of light. Like, it's different than Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad, they got to do this mission, which is like a mission that they have to do, or they're gonna die. And that's just what it is. Secret, top secret mission, whatever the case may be. That's just the storyline, and that's how it's gonna be. But with Joker, it's like he's taking just regular people's lives. Not that other people don't do that or whatever, but like that's the point of it, where it's like, okay, because then if you got a bunch of people that's like, yeah, man, screw the rich, I'm tired of them, and I'm about to blow their head off and chase after them and make sure that that nigga die, then like it's kind of like, all right, be careful, because you don't know what dragon you may be awakening, and we already see that that dragon is alive and well anyway.
Right. But I would argue that there have been other movies that have existed just as bad, if not worse than this one, but people just don't talk about them. And the first movie that comes to mind when I think of that is Nightcrawler. That movie was fucked up. That movie made, like, it was just, to me, Nightcrawler was more disturbing than this, because the dude, his reasoning for doing this, like the stuff that he was doing, was because he was a reporter and he wanted a good story. So he killed his cameraman to get a good story. You know what I'm saying? That was way more disturbing. But people don't talk about that movie.
Because it's not as high profile.
No, because it doesn't have the Joker IP attached to it.
Yeah, i.e. not as high profile.
But that doesn't mean that, like, to me, the only reason why this movie gets that type of rap is because it's a Joker movie and they know how popular Joker is. But does that, like, to me, that doesn't make it. That's not.
Oh my God, that was fire. That was so fire, and I now know how to I know how to do that. That was crazy. It just looked crazy. Yeah, it's not as high profile. The Joker is high profile, but that's what I'm saying. You got to be careful with those type of movies, because it's those high profile movies.
So do you think that you would feel this way about Joker if it didn't have the Joker attached to it?
Yeah, but you know me though. Like, I'm a paragon by nature. I always want the good guy to win. I always want, that kind of thing to happen. That's just who I am in nature. So I'm anybody, I'm gonna feel that way. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure there's another movie where that happens. Like, I was pissed off that Thanos won. You know what I mean? Like, even though he's not gonna win at the end of the day, it's just like. And then I'm pissed off by how he lost.
They cheated.
They cheated. The niggas cheated. They just straight up cheated. Like, so, yeah. Even if it wasn't the Joker, I would still feel the same way. If it was, I don't know. I can name anybody, but the point is still the same. You just have to be whatever. So, I didn't put it in my top. I didn't put it in my top list because I honestly don't want to be that guy that oh man. Yeah, I just kind of I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I didn't do what I was supposed to do anyway either. Yeah, I didn't put it in my top 5 because I mean, it's definitely one of the top 5 movies. I'm not gonna hate on it like that, but it's very, very dark.
Yeah. I'll end this topic with saying this. I was just saying a couple minutes ago, or before we started the podcast, that the reason why Fruitville Station is one of my favorite movies is because they told you in the beginning that this dude don't make it. And as you're watching the movie, despite the knowledge that he doesn't make it, you still want him to live. Any movie that can make you feel a way on command is a movie that I like and a movie that I can respect.
Yeah.
And Joker was one of those movies that made you feel a way on command. And I don't think it was unintentional. I feel like they wanted you to lead a movie like, okay, what the fuck? Like, you know what I think it was? At the end of the movie, people was expecting the good guys to come in, you know,
Yeah. You
do
really just
something.
want Batman. Like, can
But
somebody stop this?
now, Corey, me and you both hate Batman, right?
Yeah.
Don't you think this will make us like Batman a little bit more, knowing that he the dude who kind of got to stop this shit?
Yeah, but it makes you. It kind of makes me hate Batman more too because I know that he doesn't stop it.
I mean, we don't know what story they're gonna go with. Batman's killed Joker before.
Yeah, barely. Oh, honey.
All that ass.
Yeah.
But either way, that's how I can respect him. Wow, I can respect a movie that makes you feel a way on command. That's what I like about Joker.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What's your last top movie?
No, I only had 3. I only
okay.
had 3. If I'm gonna say like honorable mentions, like I will include Spider-Man Far From Home in there. Yeah, because
Yeah, I like it.
it was a good movie, and I really like Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I'm not gonna put that in my. That's an honorable mention. What I am gonna do though is I'm gonna put the Miles Morales movie in my top. That was, as far as animated movies are weird because they can either be, I don't know. I think all anime movies are like really good, like supremely, because they can be anything, they can do anything, and so it doesn't have to be. No one has to take anything too seriously, right? But what? Can you help me out with the name of the movie? What was the name of the Spider-Man movie?
Far From Home.
No, the okay,
Oh,
whatever.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah. That movie was excellent because it was authentic, it was genuine, the colors were beautiful, here we go. There's a lot of people that's like, who's Miles Morales? Where's Peter Parker? Why is Peter Parker not playing Spider-Man? Why is this? And if you were thinking that in the beginning of the movie, you were not wondering that. Yeah, by the end of that movie, you were not caring or wondering or concerned about who is Miles Morales and why is he playing Spider-Man. Because it was such a good job telling that story, making you feel him, understanding his plight. Yeah, they brought Peter Parker back in there, because maybe they had to, maybe they felt like they had to. But
I'd be lying to you if I said that it felt obligatory.
That they had to bring in Peter Parker.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was like, oh, they're bringing in Peter Parker, but this is also shit that happened with Miles. You know what I'm saying? So then he also didn't steal the show.
Right. It made sense. I would have liked for it to have just been a Miles movie though. Like they did kind of. I know it was Into the Spideyverse, so it's not really a Miles movie, quote unquote. But as a Miles Morales fan, I don't think he doesn't meet Gwen Stacy and all of them people yet. Not in the beginning, especially. I know he meets Peter Parker in the beginning, but not all of those people. So I feel like they kind of wanted to use, let's add Spidey Gwen and the Pig and the Noir and all of these other Spider-Men, just in case people don't really just rock with it just being this Spider-Man dude, this new Spider-Man. So I feel like that was kind of like a, hey, it's not just him, it's other people, so calm down kind of thing. Whereas I would have liked it for it to have just been like, no, sit down and watch this movie, this dude is excellent and you're gonna like it. You know what I mean? However, it doesn't matter because the movie was still excellent. The fight scenes were dope. Again, like I said before, the cinematography was dope. It was authentic. They didn't make him like, sometimes they can make black characters be stereotypically black, but he was just like, no, he was just a cool dude. He was just a cool kid that was trying to figure out life. And that's how I like my movies, man. I like for them to be, genuine, and make me feel like, yeah, if I was a kid and I had this power, I would probably do the same thing.
Right.
So, Into the Spideyverse is on my list of favorite movies.
Yeah. You wanna go to Target? You wanna go to Target? Alright, bet. So yeah, Into the Spideyverse, that's a good pick. Yeah, I feel like next year is gonna be a better year for movies, but to me it's hard for Jordan Peele and Knives Out to not stand out significantly. Knives Out was, man, I can't wait till that comes on DVD.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna check that out and see that movie.
It's still in theaters, but again, I loved it. It was fucking funny. It was sarcastic. It was smart. It gave you what you wanted, and you know, it was just overall a good movie.
Word. Alright, I'm gonna finish this match and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna take care of this crying soul over here. My baby needs some attention. If I can talk about video games real quick though. Favorite DLC, Leroy Smith. This dude is just brilliant, man. He's just a brilliant character. You made Donnie Yen a black man, or Ip Man a black man. Put him in a game and said, "All right, play."
And then people is mad about it.
People mad about it, but I don't understand the anger. Like, I don't know. Have you played a Gon Ryu player?
Yeah, I don't like it. I mean, he annoys me.
He annoys you? Does he beat you often?
I mean, it not off of skill, if that like makes sense. It beats me. They beat me because he's significantly stronger, and you know
He be giving you them skivity paps.
yeah, they have their combos that they do that are just gonna work.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing. Nobody's complaining about Gon Ryu being fat and a pedophile. But it's so much hatred against Leroy, which I think is unwarranted. It's not fair. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a character who we don't know who he is. Like, he's just a out of the blue character. And
I've heard that he's Bruce's dad.
which would be excellent. That would be an excellent story. But he is who he is, and it's like it would be like if Tekken 1 came out and we were like, oh, screw this Jin dude, or screw this Kazuya dude. He's too strong. I don't like that he can. I don't like how he plays. He's defensive. He's this. He's that. And it's like, yo.
As long as Paul exists in this game, I don't want to hear nobody complaining about somebody being too strong.
Nobody. Because Paul literally can take your whole life. Like,
bruh,
you know what I'm saying?
3 hits, and I had like a slither of health left. I don't want to hear nothing about nobody being too strong.
Yeah. And it's not even that he's too strong. He make you play different. And I like that they have a character now. Remember, we've been talking a lot about Tekken, and we were saying we need somebody who's more defensive, somebody who's more this. You know what I'm saying? And this is a guy who can counter your favorite counter.
Yeah, he's the answer to bounding, and I love it.
Right.
He's literally he makes you play the way that me and you play, and I love it. Mm-hmm. And it's almost humorous that everybody got an attitude with it. It's just like, oh, well, I don't know what to tell you. Like, who cares? Like, I don't give a fuck that you don't want to juggle me all day. Yo, you know what's crazy? Since he's come in the game, I've seen less juggling.
Yeah, bro, yeah. Same here. And it's because, like, I actually didn't say what I was trying to say the right way. He is the counter to your favorite combo. And he does not allow you to do that combo that you want to do or that you rely on so much. So now you have to figure out a different way to play the game. And it's not a bad thing. I mean, how long have we been playing Tekken? How long have I been using Eddie? How long have we all been using these characters? And you get so used to what you do,
complacent.
and your character.
Complacent. and now they feel like they gotten complacent, and they feel like the way that people play in terms of like juggling this shit is the way that you're supposed to play. It's like, no.
Right.
Tekken, if y'all want to talk about Tekken being the best fighter game, because they brought this argument in, they were like, oh, well, it's not Mortal Kombat, it's not just 2D, it's 3D and blah, blah, blah. It's like, y'all don't use that 3D shit. Don't bring that in here.
Right.
Like, no, y'all don't use that. Y'all only juggle. That's it. And y'all defend juggling to a T. So why is it that the way to fight, right? The fighting style that leaves your opponent defenseless is acceptable to people, but the one guy who can defend on anything, they don't like it. Get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah.
Y'all just want to win. Y'all don't want to fight.
Yeah.
That's the answer. Y'all want to win. Y'all want to win all the time. Winning is fun. Y'all want to win as much as y'all can, but y'all don't want to fight.
Yeah.
And if I'm playing someone, I want to fight. I want to beef.
Yeah.
I want to win, but if I'm going to beat him, it's because I fought him, not because I memorized a couple combos and
Put him
frame
up against
rates
the
and
wall.
shit.
Yeah.
No. I'm glad that Leroy is as strong as he is, because he makes people play different, and that's how this game should be. It should be constantly evolving. I shouldn't see a bunch of people like. It pisses me off when I'm fighting someone and I'm doing all of this work and their life is at like 50% and I'm clearly the better fighter, but they get me up once. And when they get me up once,
That's 60,
then
70%.
I'm losing 60, 70%. You know what I'm saying? It's not because you're a better fighter. You just know a long combo. And good for you. It must have taken a long time to get that. But that doesn't mean that you can fight me if you play by my rules. And I refuse to play how they play. And then their answer, it's crazy that whenever people complain about juggling, their answer is, well, either adapt or get off the game. But when Leroy's in the game, that's not the answer.
No, he needs to be nerfed.
He needs to be
Right.
nerfed.
Exactly.
It's like, why can't you adapt or get off the game?
Exactly. Bro,
Keep that same energy, bro.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I'm gonna close. Yeah, we'll end it like that. This is our top movies of 2019. Hopefully 2020 is better.
It will.
I don't know what's coming out next year, but we'll see.
It will be, because it ain't that many superhero movies. So now I'm looking forward to just movies. Yeah.
All right. Well, let me end this broadcast and give my baby some kisses.
All right. I'm gonna catch you later.
All right. Cool. It's okay, honey.